Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Heartland Championship Wrestling, brought to you from the Epic Sports Broadcasting Network. My name is Dave Little, and we're coming to you live from the Dave Cave with action from Pro Wrestling Mid-America. We are in Dallas, Texas at the Sportatorium, and we have some great action in store for you tonight, including a main event pitting Terry Funk against Sergeant Slaughter in a number one contenders match for the NWA World Heavyweight Championship. These are the top two contenders for the world title. They will square off tonight, and the winner will move on to face Ric Flair at the August pay-per-view with the World Championship on the line. But before we get to wrestling, first of all, a couple of updates from the Dave Cave. This is my usual Saturday gig, but I had the extreme pleasure yesterday of driving over to Milwaukee to Great American Ballpark. American Family Ballpark to watch my beloved Cincinnati Reds take on the Milwaukee Brewers, and it was a thrilling game. The Reds won that, and if you have been on any kind of baseball media, you know that it is it was Ellie Dela Cruz, the sensational player from the Cincinnati Reds, stealing second, third, and home, all in a single inning, in a single at-bat. What an exciting game that was. More excitement from the Dave Cave. This week I also picked up the cards, the fast action cards for Filsinger Legends of Wrestling. And I will put a couple of those on display here. First of all, there is a stack of cards representing out of the ring action. So for example, here is one of those out of the ring action cards. And you will have a stack of these cards. There are 18 of these, and you when something happens out of the ring, you pick a card, you flip it over, stomach drop first across the security railing. So that is what is going on there. And the other deck will be 18 cards of the Filsinger Games Foreign Object cards in Legends of Wrestling. Something goes on the outside of the ring. You need a foreign object. You pick a card. Here it is. It's the ring cable. Somebody choking their opponent with the ring cable from one of the TV or sound security devices. Thank you to Carl Zilla for for putting together the layout for these. Took them over to FedEx and got them printed up this week. The bad news is, not bad news, but the unfortunate thing is that instead of sorting these into decks, they simply cut these up and sorted them by the individual cards. So all of the cable things are in a single deck. Instead of, 60 sets of 18 cards, I got 18 sets of 60 cards. And I am going to have to collate these out for myself before I can send these along to the folks who are waiting for these. Of course, these will make their debut at Galacticon 2023, which is 2 weeks from now in Waterloo, Iowa. I am looking forward to that event. And these will be given away free of charge to all in attendance. There will be, whatever's left will be made available at Play.con in Denver 3 weeks from now. So I've got a couple of big events coming up later this month. I've also gotten a couple of requests by email from Neil and Salvador, and I will be filling those orders ASAP as soon as I can get these things collated and get them over to the post office to send out. And anybody else that wants one, you know where to find me. Find me on Discord, Facebook, Filsinger Games message board. These are free of charge to anyone who asks. And if 60 of them get given away, I'll go back to FedEx and make some more. And with that, we are ready to get started with tonight's action. The show began with an unusual event. Before The ring announcers even hit the ring. The ring was taken over by the members of the stable known as Whatever We Want, the 3W stable. It was Jimmy Hart, of course, the mouthpiece for that stable, along with Jackie Fargo and Stan Hansen and Barry Windham and Terry Funk. And they were celebrating and they were taunting and they were just having all kinds of annoying mayhem going on in celebration of Wyndham's big victory at last week's pay-per-view over Sting. And Sting is out of action indefinitely. His neck has been re-injured as a result of the attack by Barry Windham. And the men of Whatever We Want were celebrating. But in the middle of that celebration, they were confronted by the Road Warriors. Animal and Hawk, along with Precious Paul Ellering, came out and said that it was about time somebody stood up against the Whatever We Want stable. Of course, Terry Funk is in the main event tonight, but Hawk and Animal challenged the remaining members of the 3W stable. Jackie Fargo, Barry Windham, and Stan Hansen to a match here tonight in Dallas. And the Road Warriors promised a mystery partner, so it remains to be seen who will be the mystery partner for the Road Warriors in tonight's six-man grudge match. And we'll see that shortly before the main event of Terry Funk versus Sergeant Slaughter. But now we're ready to get things started in the ring as we say hello to After Further Review with Steve Tower. Very much looking forward to seeing you in 3 weeks in Denver at Play.con. I will be arriving on Thursday afternoon and cannot wait to get there. Philip Reynolds, good afternoon to you as well, my friend. The opening contest on tonight's televised broadcast is scheduled for one fall with a 30-minute time limit. Disqualification rules are in effect for this matchup. Introducing first from Omaha, Nebraska. He is a former world heavyweight champion, standing at 6'3", weighing in at 245 pounds. This is Ted DiBiase. And his opponent comes to you from Hendersonville, Tennessee. He stands at 6'3", weighs in at 238 pounds. This is Tommy Wildfire Rich. All right, Tommy Rich, Ted DiBiase in your opening contest here in Dallas as we are ready to roll. And the opening initiative roll is won by Ted DiBiase. And DiBiase comes right out with a rake of the eyes. Tommy staggers back. DiBiase catches him, hits him up high in the air and down to the canvas hard with a big vertical suplex. And Rich is down. Rich getting to his feet. And a falling fist drop from DiBiase again stuns Tommy Rich. DiBiase on the attack now, whipped to the turnbuckle. Off the turnbuckle comes Tommy Rich, and on a roll of 9, it is a big kick from Ted DiBiase that stuns Tommy Rich. DiBiase in charge, swinging neckbreaker, and oh, Tommy got out of the back door of that one, and Tommy fires back and comes back with an attempt at an airplane spin. This is a choice C maneuver. He'll require a roll of 7 or lower to execute the airplane spin. And on a roll of 12, DiBiase blocks that move. And it is DiBiase who comes back with another big vertical suplex, and down to the canvas hard goes Tommy Rich. DiBiase in charge here, much to the chagrin of the fans in Dallas, as DiBiase moves in and he goes right to the Cobra Clutch. The Cobra Clutch has been applied. It's a +2 submission hold. The submission will be on a roll of 4 or lower, and on a roll of 10, Tommy Rich is able to make his way over to the ropes, and the referee has to call for the break. DiBiase keeping the pressure on. He's going to go for a backward elbow off the ropes. This is a choice G maneuver. So he will attempt a... he'll go for the death jump roll on this choice G maneuver. And sure enough, on a roll of 9, that is a success. The opponent blasts you with a flying clothesline, or in this case, a backward elbow off the ropes, and Rich once again is down. And DiBiase with a big backbreaker, going for the cover. The pin roll is 3 or lower, and on a roll of 8, Tommy Rich kicks out yet again. DiBiase firmly in control. he's going to go once again for that backward elbow off the ropes. And on a roll of 10, that is the agility roll. And Tommy Rich actually has the better agility. So Rich is able to dodge the backward elbow off the ropes. DiBiase crashes down to the canvas, and now it is Tommy Rich in control. And Rich comes off the ropes and goes right to the Thez press. He goes for the cover. The pin roll will be Snake Eyes. And on a roll of 6, it is DiBiase who is able to kick out. Tommy Rich now in control. He is going to go up now for a death jump of his own. And on a roll of 5, it is DiBiase who catches him. Rich climbs to the top rope, but DiBiase recovers and throws him off of the turnbuckle and down to the canvas hard. Tommy Rich is down. Ted DiBiase back in control. And he is now going to go for a second rope X handle, which is a choice E maneuver. And so for a choice E maneuver, he will require a roll of 8 or lower to successfully complete this. And on a roll of 8, he nailed him. Got him right between the eyes with that double axe handle. And Tommy Rich is stunned. DiBiase another big vertical suplex, taking Rich down to the canvas again. DiBiase another vertical suplex. He thinks he's Eddie Guerrero or something with all these vertical suplexes. And now again goes for the falling fist drop, but Rich got out of the way of that. And Tommy Rich is able to counter with a whip to the ropes. Off the ropes comes Ted DiBiase, and on a roll of 8, it is a running back elbow from Tommy Rich that stuns Ted DiBiase. Tommy Rich now fired up, firing punches at DiBiase, lefts and rights. DiBiase firing back, whip to the ropes. Off the ropes comes Tommy Rich. And on a roll of 8, this time it is DiBiase with a running back elbow that stuns Tommy Rich. DiBiase now in control. Maneuvers Tommy Rich into a hammerlock. Wrestling here in the center of the ring. Tries for the headlock takedown. Tommy Rich blocks that. And it is Tommy Rich now with a fist drop that stuns DiBiase. Tommy Rich now in control. Big elbow smash. DiBiase fires right back with a fist drop. Misses the fist drop. Tommy Rich had that scouted. He's going for that airplane spin once again on a roll of 7 or lower. This time he got him up, over, and down to the canvas. And Tommy Rich is in control. Rich follows up with more punches. DiBiase gets to his feet. Rich with a whip to the ropes. Off the ropes comes Ted DiBiase, and on a roll of 10, it is the running double clothesline. And the man with the better ropes rating, in this case Tommy Rich, takes over and is going to go now for the Wildfire Sleeper. This is a submission hold. The submission will be on 3 or lower. And on a roll of 7, DiBiase is able to work his way free of the Wildfire Sleeper. And now he goes back to the Sleeper. Gets him back into the center of the ring. Submission hold now will be 4 or lower. And on a roll of 5, DiBiase finally gets to the ropes. DiBiase woozy after second attempt of the Wildfire Sleeper. And Rich now with another big vertical suplex, and down to the canvas goes DiBiase. DiBiase trying to shake out the cobwebs, but he gets hit by a big fist drop from Tommy Rich, and DiBiase rolls out of the ring and down to the arena floor. But on a roll of 7, it is DiBiase forced to make that helpless crawl back into the ring where Tommy Rich is waiting. And Rich now with the Thez press explodes onto DiBiase. The pin roll here is 5. And on a roll of 6, DiBiase again just barely gets out of the Thez press. Tommy Rich is in control. The fans here in Dallas are revved up. Big vertical suplex from Tommy Rich. DiBiase slow to get to his feet. Tommy's on him with a big right uppercut that takes DiBiase back down to the canvas once again. And now Tommy is going up for a death jump. He comes off with the death jump, and on a roll of 7 hits a cross body block that puts DiBiase back down to the canvas. Tommy Rich throws Ted DiBiase out of the ring. And as DiBiase tries to get back into the ring, it's Rich with the outside in suplex, bringing DiBiase down to the canvas hard once again. And now here comes a pile driver from Tommy Rich. Rich goes for the cover. The pin roll is 6 or lower, and on a roll of 6, he got him. Great match by Tommy Wildfire Rich, as Tommy wins it with a pile driver. and gets a clean pinfall victory over Ted DiBiase in tonight's opening matchup. A fine match for Tommy Rich. Good competitive action there between both men. All right, and in the chat room, Steve Tower is taking the dogs for a walk. I can appreciate that. Got my walk in this morning with my lovely wife. And now she is working and I am broadcasting live from the Dave Cave as we get prepared for our next contest. The following contest is a tag team match, and it is a #1 contenders match for the Pro Wrestling Mid-America Heavyweight Championship. Now, the championship is currently vacant since the former champions, the Briscoe brothers, have won the NWA World Tag Team Championships, and they have vacated the Texas titles, the Pro Wrestling Mid-America belts. The #1 contenders are the Love Brothers, Hartford and Reginald, and the winner of this match will move on to take on the Love Brothers to award the vacant tag team titles here in PWMA. Unfortunately, we had to dig a little deep into the ranks of contenders to find to find our #1 contenders for this match, and so it's going to be potentially a bit of a mismatch. But introducing first, from Charlotte, North Carolina, at a total combined weight of 464 pounds, these are Rocky and Don, the KERNODLE brothers. Don KERNODLE, along with his partner Rocky, of course, Don, one of the great survivors of the year 2023, as he had a bounty put on him by Ted DiBiase, and no matter who tried to collect it, KERNODLE kept coming out on top. And finally, the KERNODLE brothers, actually with a victory over the Wild Samoans, have qualified for this match. And their opponents come to you from Bay City, Michigan, at a total combined weight of 525 pounds. It is Rick and Scotty, the Steiner brothers. So the Steiner brothers and the KERNODLE brothers, brother versus brother, in a #1 contenders match. The winners will move on to face the Love brothers. And I believe they were not real brothers, but both of these teams are genuine, legit brothers, coming for the opportunity to wrestle for the Pro Wrestling Mid-America Tag Team Championship. As we welcome the Ultimate Wildcat fan to the chat, he will be in Iowa, bunking in with Colonel Beck. And looking forward, it will always be a pleasure to see you again, my man, in 2 weeks from now in Waterloo, Iowa. Should be a great weekend. All right, Steiners versus KERNODLEs. You got to think the Steiners are going to be the prohibitive favorites in this match. And it will be Rick Steiner starting things off against Don KERNODLE as the teams come out to open the match. And it is KERNODLE who takes the opening initiative role and comes out with a roundhouse big right hand. And Steiner shakes that off. But KERNODLE comes back with another big roundhouse right hand. And Steiner still not impressed. But now KERNODLE is going to go for a shoulder breaker. This is a choice D maneuver. So he will need a roll of 9 or lower to successfully execute this. And on a roll of 9, he got him down with a shoulder breaker. And Rick now is going to attempt to make a tag, and he tags in Brother Scotty. So Don KERNODLE got the best of Rick on that opening exchange. No harm done. We'll see if Scotty can do any better. And Scotty comes in with a clothesline to the back. And KERNODLE immediately goes down. Scotty is going to pitch Don KERNODLE out of the ring and down to the arena floor. Scotty starting the rough stuff right away. But on a roll of 6, that's the best man win roll. Both these men are B-rated performers on the arena floor. So the advantage goes to the man on offense, that being Scotty Steiner. And now Scotty's going for the Super DDT. This is their +3 finisher. It's a tag finisher. The pin roll is 6 or lower, so there's going to be an attempt at a pin save. And on a roll of 5, Rocky is able to get, get in there and make the save. So no pinfall, but The Kernodle brothers use their first pin save attempt, and Scotty is in control. Actually, that was a tag move, so that brings Rick into the ring. And now it's going to be Rick who pitches Don Kernodle out of the ring. And on a roll of 9, Kernodle is forced to make that helpless crawl back into the ring, where Rick Steiner is waiting with bad intentions. And he goes for a backbreaker into a buckle ram. Nasty move. As Kernodle hits the turnbuckle hard. Can he make the tag? No, he cannot. Kernodle desperately needs to get out of the ring, but he is under control of Rick Steiner now, and Steiner is going to go for a German suplex, a choice H maneuver. He's going to use the death jump roll for this, and on a roll of 8, he is successful in executing that German suplex, and Kernodle is down once again. And now Steiner is going to attempt a back body drop, which is a choice C maneuver. So he'll need a roll of 7 or lower to complete that, and on a roll of 12, Don is able to get out of the back body drop, and it is Don with a whip to the ropes. Off the ropes comes Rick Steiner, and on a roll of 7, it is a big kick from Don Kernodle that stuns Rick Steiner, and finally Don is able to make the tag to Brother Rocky. Rocky Kernodle coming into the ring now against Rick Steiner. Rocky with a big body slam takes Steiner down to the canvas. Rick is unable to get over and make the tag to Scotty. Rocky remains in control, and now it is another big body slam from Rocky. And this time Rick is able to get out and make the tag, and it will be Scotty Steiner coming in to take on Rocky Kernodle. And it is Scotty with an attempt at a power slam. That's a choice F maneuver. That is going to require a roll of 7, 8, 9 or lower. And sure enough, on a roll of 9, the power slam is successful. And Rocky's going to try and get out and make the tag, unable to do so. Scott Steiner now in control. And a single leg Boston Crab applied by Scotty. Rocky trying to get to the ropes, finally gets there. And as he gets to his feet, Scotty attempts a Steiner line. Rocky ducks out of the way of that with a reversal, and it is Rocky who goes to the sleeper. Rocky Kernodle goes to the sleeper hold. Scotty is staggering. Finally gets over to the top rope to force the hold to be broken. But Rocky is in control here. And Rocky comes back and he locks on the sleeper again. Scotty desperately now trying to get over and make a tag. Unable to do so. Rocky with a chance to do some damage here. And Rocky with a big back body drop takes Steiner up, over, and down to the canvas. And Scotty is able to make the tag to Brother Rick. Rocky is also going to make the tag to Brother Don. And it will be Rick Steiner and Don Kernodle in the ring now. And the advantage will go to Don on the initiative. Don goes for the leg dive takedown. Rick blocks it. And Rick tries for a double leg takedown of his own and gets Kernodle down to the mat. Steiner wins that wrestling encounter, and now he goes for a series of crossface shots to Don Kernodle as he maintains the advantage. And Rick now with a series of big right hands. And Don Kernodle unable to get over to make the tag, as now it is a double team backbreaker / elbow smash combo as Rick and Scotty team up for a double team move on Don Kernodle. This time Don is able to make the tag, and in comes Brother Rocky as we say hello to Derek Bauman in the chat room. Rocky and Scotty, and oh goodness, we've got a chance to go now to the highlight reel book, or as what would Squared Circle call this, the wrestling raffle chart, but we use the play.com booklet for this, and it is Rocky going on a roll of 3-1. Is he the favorite? You'd have to say Rocky Kernodle's the favorite. We are in the South, and the Kernodles are a couple of Southern boys, and they're the underdogs. So the crowd pumps up the wrestler and his partner, and the wrestler scores with various blows. So Rocky is inspired, and he takes over now on level 2 offense. And now goes with a big drop kick. He nails Scotty with that drop kick. He goes for the cover. The pin roll is Snake Eyes, and on a roll of 7, Scotty kicks out. Rocky now in control. Rocky coming with a death jump. Rocky going up for the death jump. And on a roll of 4, Bad idea. It is Rocky trying to get to the top rope, but Scotty grabs him and pitches him down to the mat hard. And Scotty Steiner takes over control, and now it is Scotty going up for the death jump. Rocky went up. Scotty threw him to the mat. Now Scotty's going up, and on a roll of 3, it is Rocky KERNODLE who rolls through the attempted... Rocky is a C. So it is Rocky who catches Steiner climbing to the top rope and throws him down to the canvas. So neither man able to execute the death jump here in that sequence. And now it is Rocky with a choice E maneuver, trying for the top rope sunset flip. He will need a roll of 7 or lower to complete that successfully. And on a roll of 6, he got him over and down. He goes for the cover. The pin roll now is 3. And on a roll of 5, Scotty is able to kick out. Tag to Brother Don. Here comes a double team attempt by the KERNODLE brothers. But on a roll of 12, that is a botch. That is a botch. And let's see what happens. You and your partner toss the opponent into the ropes for a double clothesline. But instead, he ducks under and comes back and clotheslines both of you. So Scotty now takes over on level 3 offense after a double KERNODLE clothesline. Takes both men down. And Rocky is down, and Scotty comes in with a Frankensteiner. That's a +1. That's a +1 finisher. The pin roll here is 5 or lower. On a roll of 5, we may see a pin. Don's going to have to make the pin save, and on a roll of 9, he's unable to get there. And it is Scotty Steiner picking up the pinfall victory over Rocky KERNODLE by way of the Frankensteiner. So as expected, the Steiner brothers win this match, and they will move on to face the Love brothers for the vacant Pro Wrestling Mid-America Tag Team Championship, as Rick and Scotty try to get back to glory in the tag team ranks here in the Heartland. So yeah, the KERNODLEs gave it a go. It was a game effort, but in the end, it was the Steiner brothers who prevailed. SDG Replays is here. Dwayne Martz is here. Welcome to both of you. Question from SDG Replays. Hey, Dave, where do you get those big something or other? And for decency's sake, I will assume that he's talking about... oh gosh, I lost my thing here. I think I'm still on... I am still on the broadcast, but I lost my browser with my broadcast. So I am going to have to flip back over and see if I can get back onto my browser. As I was trying to scroll down on SDG's comment, I clicked myself out of my my window. So let me see if I can get back to my dashboard, live dashboard, YouTube Creator Studio. Once again, technical problems here from the Dave Cave, as your technology incompetence is on display yet again. Okay, now we're back in the studio. And still live on... all right, now we're back. You're still on the air. Yeah, I never did go off air, but I accidentally closed down the browser window that has the YouTube studio with the chat. I assume, for decency's sake, that SDG Replays is talking about these big dice I use as the counters. There's probably a Michael Scott joke in there. That's what she said, but we won't go there. I think I got these either at Gen Con or at just the local game store, where you can get a variety of different dice. But yeah, I like the big dice to use as counters for my for my pin. You know, I use the black and whites as the pin counters for the wrestlers, and then I use the the red and the blue to count the pin save attempts. I start those on 2 and work down to 0. As Pops Reviews is here, Hassan, my man, thank you for coming by. Happy Wrestling Sunday to you as well. All right, and let's see what's happening now. Looks like we're still getting good stream on the OBS, and we are ready for our next contest. The following contest is your tag team grudge match. And this is no disqualification, no time limit. One fall to a finish. 6-man grudge action. As you know, if you were here at the beginning of the show, the members of the stable known as Whatever We Want, the 3W stable, have been challenged, and they are now in the center of the ring. Jackie Fargo, Barry Windham, and Stan Hansen, along with the Mouth of the South, Jimmy Hart, their mouthpiece, have been challenged by the Road Warriors and a mystery partner. So we've got the 3W team milling around in the ring, and now as the music hits, these guys are going to clear out of the ring as the song Iron Man hits the air, and here come the Big Bad Road Warriors. They're led by Paul Ellering, Animal, and Hawk, coming down to the ring looking for blood. And finally, their mystery partner is going to be announced. And the mystery partner comes down, and he is none other than Kevin Steen. Kevin Steen, a former member. He actually never was a member of 3W. He was considered a prospect, and he did not cut the mustard after losing to Bruno Sammartino, which shouldn't be a shame to anybody. But Steen was given his walking papers by 3W, and he is now joined forces with the Road Warriors for this 6-man tag team match against the team of Jackie Fargo, Barry Windham, and Stan Hansen, with Jimmy Hart at ringside alongside Paul Ellering. And in a match of this magnitude, we are going to give 3 total pin save / manager intervention tokens instead of the usual 2 for a tag team match. But now it is Hansen and Windham and Fargo collecting in the ring. Windham, of course, is the target after Windham put Sting out of wrestling on last week's pay-per-view, and they were gloating about it and just yucking it up in the center of the ring, and that caught the ire of Hawk and Animal and Precious Paul Ellering, and they quickly recruited Kevin Steen to become part of the 6-man match here tonight. A former member deposed in disgrace of the 3W contingent has now come back to face off against his old running buddies in this 6-man tag team grudge match. And we are ready for action here in Dallas, a good old-fashioned Texas grudge match. The Road Warriors, Kevin Steen, Stan Hansen, Jackie Fargo, and Barry Windham. And it will be, I've got these teams backwards, but we'll just go with it because the usually it's the baby faces over here and the heels over here, but it will be Jackie Fargo and Road Warrior Animal starting things off in this match. And the opening initiative role is won by Animal. And Animal coming out with a vengeance. Actually tries to catch a front face lock off of the opening lockup, but Fargo is able to get out of the way of that and goes with Animal to a whip to the turnbuckle. Off the turnbuckle comes Road Warrior Animal, and on a roll of 11, that's the big double specialty move. The wrestler with the better turnbuckle rating recovers first, and in this case, both men are turnbuckle A. So it is Jackie Fargo who takes control, and Fargo quickly comes with he's going up for a death jump. Fargo going to the top rope. He comes off the top rope, and on a roll of 7, he nails Road Warrior Animal with a big double axe handle to the head, and Animal goes down. Jimmy Hart cackling happily at ringside as Fargo now with a jumping stomp. Can Animal get over and make the tag? He is unable to get there. And it will be HANSEN coming in now for a double team. As HANSEN and FARGO are going to double team on Animal. And on a roll of 10, it is HANSEN who nails Animal with a big elbow smash. HANSEN taking control here. HANSEN in control against Animal. HANSEN with a big elbow drop onto Animal. Animal is hurt. HANSEN maintains control. HANSEN going with kicks to the back. A choice C maneuver. He needs 8 or lower to connect on those, and he nails the Animal with a big kick to the back. And Animal slowly, finally getting to his feet. But HANSEN stays on him with more of these kicks to the back. And Animal once again goes down, and Animal now is leaving the ring. Out to the arena floor we go. Stan HANSEN and Road Warrior Animal. And on a roll of 11, it is Stan HANSEN who is going to win the brawl on the arena floor and bash Animal with some sort of a foreign object, a steel chair. And Animal is in rough shape here, crawling back to the ring. There are no disqualifications in this match. Stan HANSEN can hit Animal with whatever he wants to, and vice versa. And now it is HANSEN and WINDHAM going to get involved on a double team. And on a roll of 8, it is an awesome double neck breaker on Road Warrior Animal. Road Warrior Animal taking all kinds of punishment here, yet to be able to tag out of this match. And WINDHAM now comes with a big lariat. He's going to go for the cover. The pin roll here is 4. And on a roll of 8, Animal is able to kick out from the big lariat, but WINDHAM is in control. WINDHAM in control, and now he is going for a knee drop onto Animal. But Animal no-sells that, gets to his feet, and pounds his chest, and comes back with a big elbow hammer to the head of WINDHAM. WINDHAM fires right back. WINDHAM with an uppercut punch, blocked by Animal. Animal fires back again with a scoop slam, and down goes WINDHAM to the canvas. Animal finally able to get over and tag out to Kevin Steen. Steen wants into this match in the worst way. Steen coming in with a whip to the turnbuckle. Actually thinks better of the whip to the turnbuckle and instead rolls up for an eye gouge. Eye gouge by Kevin Steen on Barry Windham. Windham not happy about that. Windham coming back with a choice B maneuver. And he is going to go with an attempt at a standing drop kick, and he nails Steen with that standing drop kick. But Steen gets right back up to his feet, and Steen comes back at him. And it is Steen with an attempt at a super kick, a choice D maneuver. So he will need a roll of 8 or lower to hit the super kick. And and on a roll of 9, Windham dodges the super kick. And Windham comes back with a suplex of his own. Steen rolls out of the ring and down to the arena floor. And now we've got Windham and Steen duking it out on the arena floor. The roll is 8. Windham wins the brawl and slams the head of Steen flat first onto the ring apron. And as we know, the ring apron is indeed the hardest part of the ring. Steen crawling his way back into the ring where Windham is waiting. Windham going up for the death jump. And the death jump roll is 4. Which means before Windham can get to the top turnbuckle, it is Steen who throws him down to the canvas. And Steen now takes control on Barry Windham. And Steen is going to go for a 450 splash. My goodness, Steen going for a big 450. That's a choice G maneuver, so he can either get that on a death jump of A or a power rating of 6 or lower. Neither of those great options. But Steen's going for it. He's going for the death jump. He's going for broke, and on a roll of 6. Indeed, it is Windham who catches Steen and slams him down to the mat hard, coming off of the top turnbuckle. Windham now is going to tag in Jackie Fargo. Fargo taking over on Steen. Fargo goes with the atomic drop. He goes for the cover. The pin roll here is 3 or lower, and on a roll of 4, Steen is just able to kick out. Steen in trouble now at the hands of Jackie Fargo. Fargo moving in with a jumping stomp. He goes for the cover again. The pin roll will be snake eyes. That ain't going to happen. But Steen takes another point of fatigue. And now it's going to be some double team action with Fargo and Windham working on Kevin Steen. and they get him high up and down to the canvas with a double neck breaker. Down to the canvas again goes Steen. WINDHAM now in control. WINDHAM goes for the Sweetwater suplex. That's a pin roll. The pin rating here is 3 or lower. And on a roll of 10, it is Steen who is able to kick out. But that is 3 fatigue tokens on Kevin Steen. And that means it is time for some action from the Road Warriors. It's going to be Road Warrior Hawk coming in on the outside interference chart. He's yet to hit the ring in this match. Let's see what Hawk's going to do. Oh, on a roll of 12, it is Hawk who storms the ring. But the opponent wins the ensuing brawl and rolls him out of the ring. Then he motions to the crowd that he's going for his finisher. Roll your pin plus the opponent's finisher rating. So it's going to be the big lariat by Barry Windham. The pin roll here will be 6 or lower. And on a roll of 8, Steen is able to kick out yet again. But trouble here for the Road Warriors as the team of 3W has cleared the ring. It's going to be Windham and HANSEN now on the double team, as they have got Steen at their mercy, and they deliver a bone-crunching double clothesline. Steen is down. HANSEN now the legal man in the ring, and HANSEN goes for the big lariat. That's a +3 finisher. Here comes Animal for the pin save. He's not able to get there. The pin roll here is going to be, let's see, 4 + 5 + 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 or lower. And on a roll of 10, Steen kicks out. What a gutty performance we are seeing from Kevin Steen as he has taken all the abuse that 3W has to offer. Steen is now busted open as a result of that lariat from Stan Hansen. He's in trouble here. And Paul Ellering is going to get involved. This is their last interference, but at 5 fatigue tokens, it's Paul Ellering who's going to go to the manager interference chart. And on a roll of 4, your manager enters the ring and distracts the opponent. You recover and attack the opponent from behind. So Ellering opens the door for Steen. Steen on Hansen now. Steen with a power bomb onto the ring apron. That is nasty. Steen's going for the cover. The pin roll is 3. And on a roll of 8, Hansen is able to kick out. But now Hansen is in trouble. And Steen is able to make the tag to Road Warrior Hawk. The Road Warriors are out of pin save attempts. They're going to have to go it on their own here. But it is Hawk in charge against Stan Hansen. And on a roll of 5, it's a running clothesline that takes Stan Hansen down to the canvas. Hawk follows that up with another running clothesline. Hansen slow to get to his feet. Hawk is on him. Hawk with a gorilla press slam. Hansen again slow to get to his feet. Another gorilla press slam, and Hansen's leaving the ring. Out to the arena floor we go. It is Stan Hansen versus Hawk on the arena floor. And on a roll of 6, it is Stan Hansen who wins the brawl on the arena floor. And it is Hansen in control as the action returns to the ring. But no, they're staying out of the ring. They're going to continue to brawl on the arena floor. Hawk and Hansen. And this time it is Hansen with a foreign object that nails Hawk. Hawk is in trouble. Hansen and Fargo now on the double team versus Hawk, and they are able to execute a running double clothesline. Hansen tags out to Hawk, to Fargo. Fargo now in control against Hawk. Fargo with a jumping stomp. Hawk slow to get to his feet. Fargo now is just going to bite him in the forehead. And Hawk with a level 2 reversal comes back, and Hawk with a vertical suplex puts Fargo down to the canvas. Oh my goodness. Action aplenty here in Dallas as Hawk is now going to the double clothesline with partner Animal. That's an add 1 maneuver. Animal now the legal man in the ring as Fargo eats his first point of fatigue. Animal comes after him with a flying shoulder ram. Fargo goes down. Animal stays on him in a blatant chokehold. Animal is just choking down Fargo. The referee can't do anything about it, but Fargo finally is able to reach over and tag Barry Windham. And in comes Barry Windham against Animal. He's going to go for an inverted atomic drop. This is a choice F maneuver. So he will require a roll of 8 or lower to successfully execute the inverted atomic drop. And on a roll of 6, he got him down. And it is Windham against Animal here. Windham now coming with a whip to the ropes. Off the ropes comes Road Warrior Animal, and on a roll of 10, it is the running double clothesline. Advantage to the man with the better ropes rating, which is Windham. Windham in control now against Animal. Windham going up for a death jump. The death jump roll is 11. That is the big flying cross body block. Windham going for the cover. The pin roll here is 3, and on a roll of 9, Animal is able to kick out. The Team 3W is firmly in control as Windham now comes with a flying lariat. That's a +2 finisher. The pin roll here is 6 or lower, and on a roll of snake eyes, he got him. And we have your winners. The team of Jackie Fargo, Barry Windham, and Stan Hansen have defeated the Road Warriors and Kevin Steen. Steen took a pummeling, and Steen is now still busted open as Animal takes the fall, but from Barry Windham by way of the lariat. And since that roll ended on Snake Eyes, we go to the feud table. What is going to happen in the aftermath of this match? This table is used when a feud match ends in a roll of doubles. You've just won the match by pin or submission. The opponent is down. Roll 2 dice to see what happens. So Windham rolls on the feud table, and on a roll of 7, you continue your attack on the opponent after the bell. An ally of the opponent storms the ring to stop you, but it's too late. The damage is done, and the feud is more intense than ever. Opponent is injured for 1 fight card. So Animal suffers the injury after the post-match beatdown by Windham. And Hawk comes in to make the save, and we're going to have a Hawk versus Barry Windham singles grudge match coming up in the near future, which will be the next chapter in this feud. Barry Windham, of course, the most hated man in the Heartland after he put Sting out of wrestling for good last week at Freedom Festival 2023. So for tonight, it is the members of the Whatever We Want stable who are celebrating. And Jimmy Hart, of course, the mouthpiece for this obnoxious group of scoundrels. But they are celebrating again. They began the show celebrating. They're celebrating now as Animal is having to be helped out of the ringside area. And Hawk is staring bullets at Barry Windham. And Kevin Steen is also receiving some assistance from the trainers as he is bleeding like a stuck pig. What a victory for the bad guys as Windham, Hansen, Fargo, and Jimmy Hart leave the ring in triumph. All right, ladies and gentlemen, it is now time for your main event of the evening. Actually, it's time for a swig of Mountain Dew so that I can get the pipes ready for the main event. Following contest is scheduled for 1 fall to a finish, no time limit. And this match is for the #1 contenders position for the NWA World Heavyweight Championship. Introducing first, representing the stable known as Whatever We Want. He stands at 6'1". He weighs 247 pounds. He's accompanied to the ring by Jimmy Hart. Out of Amarillo, Texas, this is Terry Funk. And his opponent comes to you from Parris Island, South Carolina. He stands at 6'4". He weighs 303 pounds. He is the American hero, Sergeant Slaughter. So Sergeant Slaughter against Terry Funk for the #1 contenders position for the NWA World Heavyweight Championship. This is a disqualification match. This is a match with championship implications. So Jimmy Hart is going to have to tread carefully and not get his man disqualified, because that would cost him a world championship shot. Ric Flair, the NWA World Heavyweight Champion, awaits the winner of this match as Funk and Slaughter face off in the center of the ring. And the opening initiative role is won by Terry Funk. Actually, we're going to use our championship dice for this match, as Terry Funk comes out and goes for the overhead wrist lock. Slaughter quickly overpowers him, and it is Slaughter with a wind-up uppercut that stuns Terry Funk. Funk thinks he's going to wrestle. Sergeant Slaughter thought better of that and just floors Terry Funk with an uppercut. And now it is Slaughter who is in control, and Slaughter is going to try a backbreaker. This is a choice D maneuver. Choice D maneuver. So he will require a roll of 9 or lower to execute the backbreaker, and on a roll of 6, he gets him up, over, and down to the canvas, and Terry Funk slow to get to his feet. Sergeant Slaughter in control with a big body slam. And following that up with another, without a whip to the ropes, instead a big elbow smash. That stuns Terry Funk. Funk on rubber legs in the center of the ring after that elbow smash. And it is a big vertical suplex from Sergeant Slaughter. Funk has been on the defensive throughout this match, as Slaughter with another wind-up uppercut stuns Terry Funk. Funk cross-eyed after that, and here is Slaughter with a whip to the turnbuckle. Off the turnbuckle comes Terry Funk, and on a roll of 11, it is Funk who bounces forward off the turnbuckle and gets nailed by an incredible neck-breaking clothesline from Sergeant Slaughter. Funk is down, and Sergeant Slaughter now is in control. And a gutbuster down in the center of the ring. Slaughter goes for the cover. The pin roll here is Snake Eyes, and on a roll of 9, it is Terry Funk who kicks out. Slaughter in control, and he has been in control for most of this match. Another gutbuster. Funk slowly gets to his feet. A big body slam, and this time it is Funk who is able to escape from the body slam on the reversal and tries a chop to the chest. But that's a power move, and Sergeant Slaughter is not impressed. Sergeant Slaughter fires right back with another uppercut, and Terry Funk is staggered. And Slaughter comes now with a catapult to the turnbuckle. Very famous move by Sergeant Slaughter. Funk is stunned. Slaughter coming back now with a whip to the turnbuckle. Off the turnbuckle comes Terry Funk, and on a roll of 8, it is a big kick from Sergeant Slaughter that stuns Terry Funk. Slaughter in control. Another whip to the turnbuckle. This time on a roll of 8, another big kick from Sergeant Slaughter. Immobilizes Terry Funk in the center of the ring. And now it is Slaughter who is going to go for an elbow smash. But Funk blocks the elbow smash. And it is Funk who comes back with a body slam that takes Slaughter down to the canvas. Funk now with a chance to do some damage. He's going to go for a backbreaker. This is a choice E maneuver. So he will need a roll of 10 or lower to hit the backbreaker, and on a roll of 3, he hits it. And Slaughter is down. Funk now with a chance to do some damage. He goes to the spinning toe hold. It's a submission finisher. The submission roll here is 3 or lower, and on a roll of 9, Sergeant Slaughter able to make his way over to the ropes. As we are joined by referee James Lawrence III, just in time for the main event. We would love to hear about the matches you have rolled, as Terry Funk now is in control over Sergeant Slaughter after hitting that spinning toe hold. And now he goes back to the spinning toe hold. Submission attempt again. The submission roll is 4, and on a roll of 8, again, Sergeant Slaughter able to make his way to the ropes to force the hold to be broken. Funk in charge. Funk now is going to pitch Sergeant Slaughter out of the ring, and this could get dangerous. Both these men are A-rated performers on the arena floor, and on a roll of 5, that is the double disqualification roll. Things breaking down here. Both these men risking disqualification. Sergeant Slaughter will not be disqualified. Terry Funk will not be disqualified. We go to the odd-even roll to see who wins the brawl. The even roll will belong to Sergeant Slaughter. And on a roll of 5, it is Funk who wins the brawl. And Funk, after winning that brawl, goes back to the spinning toe hold. The submission roll now is 5 or lower. And on a roll of 5, he got him. Terry Funk with a submission victory over Sergeant Slaughter by way of the spinning toe hold. And your new number 1 contender for the NWA World Heavyweight Championship is Terry Funk. And Jimmy Hart is beside himself with joy, as Terry Funk has defeated Sergeant Slaughter. And Terry Funk is the number 1 contender for the NWA World Heavyweight Championship. It will be Terry Funk versus Ric Flair at the August pay-per-view event. It will be on August, I believe, the 5th from St. Louis. And the name of the pay-per-view will be Satisfaction. The Rolling Stones providing the theme song for the August pay-per-view, where we will see Terry Funk versus Ric Flair for the NWA World Heavyweight Championship. All right, what a night it has been for the stable known as Whatever They Want. They began the night just taunting the crowd and celebrating the demise of Sting, and they ended the night with a grudge match victory over the Road Warriors, and now they ended the night with a new number 1 contender, a shot at the World Heavyweight Championship, as Ric Flair will have to defend against Terry Funk at next month's pay-per-view. All right, thank you to everybody who tuned in to tonight's broadcast. It has been fun. Referee James Lawrence III, After Further Review with Steve Tower. Pops Reviews. Cleveland Baseball Fan 879, Dwayne Martz. Derek Bauman, Ultimate Wildcat Fan, Kevin Butcher, and Philip Reynolds all came out to catch today's Heavyweight Championship Wrestling action from the Dave Cave. All right, on behalf of the Epic Sports Broadcasting Network, this is Dave Little signing off. Thank you all so much for tuning in.